if you own one of these DJI Pocket 3 and we wanting better footages out of this camera, I have with me the Ulanzi ND filters. It comes in a set of 3, and this is ND16, and this is the ND64, and then this is the ND256. So these 3 variant, basically, the higher the number, the darker the filter goes. And what it does, it actually fits magnetically in front of the lens of the Pocket 3 right here. And what it does is like putting a sunglasses in front of the camera. It's like me wearing sunglasses in front of my eyes, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the sunglasses in front of it so it can cut down light, so that we can record the footage slightly slower frame. Now with an ND filter, what we could do is then slow down the shutter speed and then introduce motion blur in our footages to mimic cinematic look to our footages. It is right smack in the afternoon here in Japan, so I'll bring this camera out for a spin and I'll tell you more about the ND filters. So how do we actually use a ND filter? First up, if we want to introduce motion blur, maybe I should be shooting somewhere with resolution 4K at 25 frames per second. And when you set that, right, if your exposure is on auto, what happens is that the Pocket 3 will certainly try to compensate and expose the scene correctly. One of the rules of thumb to expose the scene is to double the frame rate. So I'll be shooting at 1/50 for the shutter speed. Then that will definitely give some sort of a motion blur effect and what we like in a cinematic look and feel to a frame. So, but it is so wash off, and that's when the ND filter comes into play. Now it is middle of the noon right now and it's looking bright, so I'm just doing a guesstimate to how this scene's gonna look with, say, the ND64 filter. Okay, let me just put it on, and this is how it looks with the ND64 filter. And just do a ninja walk and make this particular frame. At ND64, I think this look gorgeous. It exposed correctly. On a sunny day like this, ND64 seems to be working pretty awesome. So when you have the ND64 on the bright daylight, you are able to actually get this kind of footage. Why we have a set of 3 filters is so that the intensity of filter can be swapped and changed. In front of me is a scene where it's totally underexposed using this particular ND64 filter, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a swap out with the ND16. So what I'm going to do right now is to do a swap. There's a train that's going by. To the ND16 filter that I have. Okay, and voila, it works. This is an ND16 filter, and I'm doing a ninja walk exposing this particular footage. And that's the Ulanzi ND filter, and that's how we use the ND filter to get motion blurriness to introduce into our footages to mimic the cinematic look. Follow me for more video like this.